What up, Soul Search? What up, Gurpreet? What up, oi, 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 oi? Yo, what up, Lil Fat King Issa or ISA? Dude, we just keep pumping, huh? We tapped into the, we pushed into 30,800. You know, in the event that we continue pushing up, 31,000 really is not that far away. It's pretty crazy to think about where NQ's at compared to where it was, you know, just like a year or two ago. What up, Arvids? 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 So yesterday, I did trade a little bit of Asia session, and I caught a little bit of profit on this funded account. I traded some of this move down, some of this move up. It was pretty clean, and then the moment that Tokyo kind of opened, we began to range sideways a little bit, and then eventually, you know, we did continue up towards all-time high. So we had this like pretty large drop that came in, and we just V-shape recovery, just like did a V-shape right back and just took it up here. So we kind of did this slow grind up, and we're dropping pre-market. So realistically, what I'm looking at is if we are going to drop lower off the open, then I am looking for us to kind of take out London lows and Asia lows and then start coming towards like the 30,600 area. If we are going to have like a pullback and then pop back up without going deeper, I would expect it to happen before, like around here before it. In the event that we just kind of like continue a dump down and we get past the HVL and we start accepting lower, then, you know, we're probably at least going to come take this out and then potentially even come deeper towards where the current put wall is sitting, or even just P2, which is like starting to enter that 30,500 area. We do have news at 10 a.m. Eastern, so just be aware of that. If we push up, if we just like straight up push up off the open, take all-time high, I am watching up here at 30,865. It's the call wall, and not only the call wall, but it's also where the most it's where the net call open interest is sitting, or NCOI. So do I know who Varsity Gaming is? Kind of sounds familiar. I'm gonna just say no. I gotta focus on this account though today. It has 5 days on it. I just like the balance is too small, so we're gonna try and get it up a little bit. The Alpha Trader, or the Alpha Futures account, is at like a $4,400 balance. I think I need one more winning day on it, so if all goes well, you know, maybe I'll take, you know, $3,000 in payouts this week to start off June, and then I'll start to buy more accounts I might actually buy some more Top Step accounts. I saw that they did the thing where, you know, if you add a daily loss limit feature, they'll double the payout amount, so it's like back to being 4,000 instead of 2,000. Which, realistically, like, in a funded account, if I'm going down $1,000 on a 50K account, I'm either tilting or I'm already gonna blow the account. You know what I mean? So I'll take it. What up, Spaghetti? You're making me blush. So I'll just wait for market open. See what happens, and then try not to blow this account, honestly. Because last night I tried to trade, after I caught my profits on the alpha account, I tried to trade this account a little bit. Once we were coming up, I went long to try and target all-time highs. I ended up getting stopped out around here. And then this morning, when we were coming out of, when we started dropping down, I just like took a scalp to take these lows real quick. Just to put my account back in the green, so that's why it's sitting here at 68 bucks. The goal is to try and I know, I'm looking at funded next too. It's on the list. It's on the list. But I will say though that they are kind of more expensive than a Top Step account. But they definitely look pretty good. 6K caps. Yes, we will use that code. Everyone should use that code for any type of funded next accounts. Menthor Q has your 0 DTE call wall for QQQ at 30,764.5. Okay, let's. I'm gonna actually mark that out on my chart. We'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, I do live trade every day. Am I sure it's there? I don't know, that's what he said. I don't have Mentor Q. I use Tanuki. Tanuki trade. Cool. Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know that all the different vendors or like the different platforms are gonna have different levels because they calculate their models differently. But I don't know. I mean, like the ones that I use for Tanuki work perfectly fine for me. They were great actually. But I understand that, you know, there's different platforms. I'm sure the potential call wall for spot gamma is different than vol signals, and it's different than mentor Q, which is different than Tanuki trade. So which one do you use? You know, I like vol signals, honestly. It's pretty expensive. But they have a pretty cool platform. But mentor Q is pretty good too. Yeah, you know, as long as we I mean, we may pull back, sure, but and if we do pull back, we're probably targeting you know, London lows, Asia lows. But overall, you know, we're pretty bullish still. So, you know, even though we may pull back, you know, as long as we stay kind of above 30,600 realistically, benefit of the doubt is really just going towards a potential pullback to continue bullish structure. You know, I keep getting like, yeah, today it's pretty large. I keep getting these like, getting my hopes up on these pullbacks, you know what I mean? Like thinking, oh, finally we're making our way a little bit away from all-time high, but nope. You know, we just keep coming back. We just keep going. Is it ever gonna stop? And then you would imagine, you know, like we had some news about like, oh, the talks with Iran and the US and blah 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 blah, and then we get a short little dump and then just rips it all the way back up. All right, so market's about to open. If we begin to fall lower, then I'm expecting us to come down here. We may or may not try and take it. Some buying, stepping in pre-market. Well, let's see if this continues. Just a straight rip to all-time high. Or let's see. Let's see if we fail. Take all-time high and start actually rotating lower. I'm using ATAS and then blob. What do you mean we should take profits? What up, Bazooka? So, you know, if we're going to just continue this push up, then at this point I'm just gonna have to sit here and wait until we get towards 30,865. If we keep trying to push up right now to take all-time highs and we just, you know, actually end up failing and creating a very large wick here because we still have a lot of time left in this candle, maybe a pretty good opportunity to actually try and short it for close to like 100 points. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean like just because we're in positive gamma, especially we're kind of in a pretty large profile too. So it doesn't mean that we can't expand, you know. It's just baseline expectation is kind of just got to be careful about potential rotational behavior, and you know, like even when we come up here towards that 30,865 area, like potential pinning, meaning just like kind of chopping after we take all-time highs. Yeah, they are kind of far from each other. And then it's also important when you're looking at positive gamma to also take into account like the actual distribution and the volume and open interest that's associated with it, right? So like today, the distribution's pretty wide, and then also like there's some positive gamma sitting here on the Tanuki platform, but really the main one is right here. So, and then it's kind of thinning out here around the HVO, and then we have a lot of, you know, volume here, but there is a chance that we do kind of just continue this consolidation. Like we take highs, we kind of push up a little bit, drop back down, and then mess around a little bit. But we use order flow to just determine what it's actually doing, right? So we took all-time highs. We just put in a new high. We pushed above 30,800, which was a psychological level. Yeah, Tanuki automatically does that. So wait, hold on. Sorry, I had to lock in real quick. I'm gonna go 3 micros short right here. I'm gonna aim for like London lows. I was over here looking at your comment. We just totally flipped bearish right after taking all-time highs. So we're either going to continue down to London lows, or we're going to totally just start chopping. So kind of like right around 670 area. We have the next 5-minute candle that's about to open up. If it pushes up and stalls out, I'm actually going to add into this. At this point, we are kind of, we're about to take these lows right here. So I'm going to move it to break even. I just want to see us come down here and at least take London lows. It's the game plan. Damn, I almost missed that, dude. I almost got distracted for a second. Whew. We had all of this buying pressure step in. We take all-time highs and we immediately flip, like we flip bearish, and we flip bearish hard. Target's likely London lows, so we're actually, the moment we take London lows, I'm gonna drop stop. So we'll try and lock in 400. If this fails to take London lows and comes all the way back up to my break even, it will be a sad day, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. Yeah, and I only went in 3 micros too, so we're up kind of we're up over 50 points. Basically, the moment we push past where I'm holding this stop, I'm dropping it. But when we spike past it. Ugh. Ugh. We're stalling right here. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna put stop right here. Dropping it here, and then I'm gonna hold it to drop it. I'm just looking for it to hit 670, and then we're gonna drop stop at 674. But because we're stalling, I actually had to drop stop a little, like, in the middle a little bit, so we can at least capture like 25 points. But we're looking for this to just snap down. Oh, it did it. Wait, did it do it? Oh fuck, it did it. All right. All right, I'm gonna get out of that. I wasn't quick enough. It happened too fast. It's probably still gonna go down, but we gotta lock in some profits. It's early enough where we can actually look for another trade. So I gotta get this balance up a little bit, so it is kind of important to lock in some profits. Because it is eligible for a payout, I just want like a bigger balance. But because we kind of we're stalling right here, okay? So we're stalling, and when we did take, you know, London lows sitting right here, we kind of snapped down, put in a large trade, and immediately rejected. Like, that's not, I gotta get out of it, you know what I mean? I mean, that was the target. I said that was the target from the get-go. Imagine it hits target, I didn't have time to drop stop, and then it just immediately runs the whole other direction. Like, that would be kind of frustrating. So yeah, we just had to get out of that. Look at that, dude. That's what I was scared about. That is what I was scared about. Okay, well, now we have some profits we can play with. We may potentially size slightly heavier, depending on if we see another opportunity. That was very early in the session, so I think I entered in somewhere around here. Yeah, it was like 60 points probably. So now we wait. Did anyone catch that? I know that was kind of I was in the middle of talking, and then I had to lock in really fast because I saw this happening. We targeted London lows. We got London lows. Cool. Now we wait. Thank God we got out of that. 60 points. That's what's up, Blob. You weren't convinced? Yeah, it's alright. It's kind of sketchy trading market open. But again, the only reason why I took that is because I was trying to see, when we're pushing up like this, I'm trying to see if we're actually going to have acceptance, meaning that, like, when this candle was pushing up and I mentioned that there was still a lot of time left in the candle, I did say that if it does flip bearish, that it could be a pretty good opportunity to try and short it. So we're pushing up, we begin to stall all of the you see the POCs right here in this candle, right? So this is where all the, you know, business was kind of concentrated. We did sweep highs, so we took all-time high. And then when we came down, it wasn't like a gradual, like, I looked over at chat and I looked back and it was red. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? So I just followed it because we were at least going to come down and take this in my mind. So if I was able to get in here, we were probably going to push deep enough where I could have just moved to break even. But yeah, so kind of a faster scalp. Probably should have sized heavier, but it required a pretty large stop because this wick was so huge. I think I got in somewhere over here, so yeah. I had to go 3 micros for that. So now we are going to see if we are about to just chop in between these 2 wicks, which I really hope we don't do, or if we actually go somewhere and do something. We do have news though at 10 a.m. Eastern, so we may need to wait. And also, for people in the chat, there were a couple of you who took a trade right at the news candle. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, there's news coming out in 18 minutes. Please be aware of that. Oh, the GIFs are working. Did you fix that, Eddie? I just realized that. The GIFs are working. No, I can see them. Wait, try it. Oh, you downloaded that one? Oh, no, they're not working. Oh, no. So if we're going to continue with this selling pressure right now, I'm looking for us to start making our way down towards at least Asia lows and then potentially towards 30,600. I know we gotta fix. I gotta fix that. I'll fix it later. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into it. I don't know why they're not working. Alright, anyways, let's pay attention. We're getting some good volume today, though. You guys can't see it because my P&L's in the way, or my account balance is in the way. Oh, no, you can see it. 69, 71. Getting a pretty strong push. We just took Asia lows. So at this point, what I'm watching is I'm watching this area. Alright. So if we push into this area, I'm looking to see whether or not we're going to essentially bounce. In the event that we kind of stall and push below it or just rip through this, then at that point there may be a low-hanging fruit continuation to try. What is that? Was there news right now? Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, the opening of that candle, I was like, what the hell is happening? So anyways, if it starts to rip through here, there may be a continuation opportunity for us to take the overnight lows that are sitting around 30,561. But it would be a pretty quick scalp. I'm kind of I mean, we're pretty deep at this point. So, and we're right around the area where I'm going to be watching footprint. You know, I'm trying to see if we're really going to push lower, if we're going to, you know, kind of mess around in here, if we're going to stall a little bit, if we're going to potentially bounce. This is kind of the decision area for me today. So, looks like we're ripping through it. There actually may not be an opportunity for me to scalp these, scalp it to the lows. You know, we'll probably just let it go. Unless we don't take these lows. So if it's just going to run the lows right now, then just, you know, it's like 10 points away. But if it comes up back towards HVO and buyers are failing to push it higher and we begin slamming back down, I'm going to actually short it if we don't take it before we do that. But it looks like we're probably just going to run it right now. I wish we could have just gotten one of these. I wish it would have just done this right here instead of doing that. Wish it would have just went. All right. So this is a pretty good pullback. I'm looking for us to actually get below these lows. Start pushing down towards... Honestly, maybe around like just under 500, 30,000, 470, 30,400. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this candle closes. If this creates a nasty wick back up, I just can't really. It's just dumping. I can't chase it. Can't really chase it. I'm happy we at least caught like 60 points of this though, to be honest. Like, yeah. You know, we kind of did just drop 200 points. And we shorted it up here. Right, but you know, we caught something of it. At least it was something. Instead of nothing. This is great though. You know, this is one of those days that's giving me more hope that we're actually getting away from all-time high. But usually, I don't know, I hope we don't just like rip back up. Things will start to get pretty interesting if the hourly begins to come down here towards these lows. And takes them out. So we're pushing, the put wall is currently sitting for me at 30,450. So I'm gonna see when we push. You caught previous value area low rejection. When we push back up into it and dropped, or what do you mean? Because I know you didn't. I know you didn't go long. Otherwise, you would have gotten violated. Dude, what a nice drop down. Oh, on ES. Very nice. So we took out these lows. I'm watching to see if we're going to continue towards 450. Yeah, what a nice sell-off, dude. Honestly, this is this reminds me of like NQ before March. The good days. NQ before all of the bomb threats started happening. It's the NQ that I like. It's back for now, for today. We have a lot of volume and participation this morning, which is great. Yeah, we needed that. I was getting sad. I was getting sad a little bit. NQ was feeling, New York session was feeling washed up for a little while. The overnight was becoming the star of the show, but I'm sleeping during that time. So we'll see. ES took previous daily low. I want to see what happens when we push back up towards HVL. Because we're seeing some buying aggression stepping in right now. The 15-minute hasn't closed. We have news at 10 a.m. So I want to see if we're actually going to close above it on the 15-minute and potentially even flip bullish on the 15 before, you know, the 4-hour open and the news. If we don't, and we like push back up into HVL and we're kind of struggling and we begin to kind of rotate lower again, then we could potentially try another short opportunity, but we'll see, because this is actually pretty strong right here. It's actually really strong, and it's causing a really nasty wick on the 15-minute. You can look at Gurpreet. You can look at Forex Factory or Financial Juice. I personally use Financial Juice. I believe today's PMI, which is in 7 minutes. So I typically don't like to be in a position either right before news or like at news, right? I like to just kind of wait for it to do its thing for a second. Unless I'm already holding a position, then I'll just hold it through news. I really don't care. I just don't want to get wrecked by a news candle. I've been wrecked by news candles plenty of times. How big is this? Wow. That's pretty big. 130 points in a 5-minute candle. Dude, imagine if we just run it right back up to all-time high. I would actually be kind of disappointed, to be honest. I mean, it's possible, though. Pushing back into the HVL. I'm trying to see how the 15 is going to close. We kind of push back up into it, and then we're dropping a little bit off of it. I want to see if we're going to hold below it, because then we could just potentially be rotating or continue this move, I mean, towards 450. Well, volatility, we have enough volatility for me to use smaller size, like 3 micros, maybe 5 micros if I get a good entry. Then we could probably get this balance up past 2K. I'm honestly going to take a pretty small payout on this account just to put myself, because I haven't purchased any evals this month, so I'll probably take a pretty small payout for like 1,000 or something on this account, just so I have some money to buy some evals. And then I have that other funded account with that $4,400 balance, which I'll probably take a payout on it tomorrow for like 2 grand, 2,200. Dang. Oh, I thought you went long down there. That was a good entry, though. I'm gonna wait. I gotta wait for this news candle, 4-hour open. Then we'll see what it does. Right now, though, it's looking like we're struggling to get back above HVL. We could potentially just drop down, push up, stall, stall, stall. maybe one push and then drop, or even no push and just drop and then 450. It's just whether or not I get an entry for that or not. So we will see. Yo, actually, I'm curious. Are you guys in the Discord? I have like music playing on the YouTube. Does it show up on the Discord or not? Does it come through on the Discord or no? Okay. Probably have to share my screen. Dude, I think you have this is it yo bazooka, is it the sound that's like just, it's like the waiting, the lobby the stage music? Mentor Q HVL at 30,660. Where's yours? It's a zone, so HVL is kind of a zone. It's between 660 and 530. I treat it as a zone at least. And I do believe HVL should be treated as a zone. Realistically, majority of these levels should be treated as zones and not just single lines. But yeah, 660 right here. Like if you see this blue area right here is basically like HVL. All right, let's see what this candle does. If we see a strong push up right now, or a strong attempt to push up right now back into the HVL and a failure, I might just try and short it. Yeah, ATR on the 5 minute, put it above and below. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good idea. It's a great idea, actually. Yeah, not a fun thing to listen to when you're losing money, I bet. Hold on. Let's see. I'm trying to see right now if we're about to just actually shoot back up, or if this is just going to be a failed attempt before we go make another low. Because even if I wait down here, 50 point, I mean, that could be 100 points. We will see. I'm gonna mark it out. What is it, 615? We'll make it blue. Oh, what up, Easy? I didn't know you were in the chat. Very nice. Yeah, Bazooka, it's this. Right? Yep, I have it up on my other screen. What this one is showing is it's showing delta, right? So it also has cluster search, so it helps identify absorption because you're looking at delta at in the extremes, right? So it's pretty good. Yeah, I like it a lot. It's up on my other screen. So like whenever I'm looking at this one, I'm watching the volume. I'm seeing where transactions are happening. And then the other one is I'm looking at, like if you ever see me kind of like looking around, I'm looking at this one. It's showing me whether that this because this is just showing volume, right? So it's showing me whether the participation is aggressive buying or aggressive selling, right? And that matters, of course, when it comes to absorption. Did you yo, Easy, did you do this? Is this what we're looking at? This would have been a fire entry. Yeah, yeah, that would have been pretty fire though. With the decoder. The dark pool decoder. Honestly, Easy last month was like the worst month I've had in a super long time. So nope. But yeah, I just like I got distracted. I tilted. I was trading a live account for like half of the month. It was just a bad month, honestly. But we're getting back on it. We have 3 funded accounts right now, but I haven't been trading the other one. The other one's a 25K. I kind of regret getting that in the first place because you still need to make $200 days and they have a $500 daily loss, so that instantly makes it a dog shit account, to be completely honest. So I'm kind of just sitting there. But then I have this one. I have the 5 days on it, but I've been using small size, so the balance is relatively low. Or it's pretty low. It's below 2,000. And then I have this account. Which is a funded account sitting at a $5,400 or $4,400 balance, which I'll probably take a payout on tomorrow. So I'll probably take 2 payouts this week, as long as I just don't like mess it up. I need to see if we're actually going to accept above HVL right now, if we're going to just slam back below it. We see sellers trying to step in, but they're not really, it's not super large selling, but they are kind of present. But they're failing to push it back lower, so we may just, gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. would be pretty crazy if we got this V-shaped recovery from the overnight and then we just do it again on a bigger scale during New York. I hope not. I hope we actually go lower so that we can get away from all-time high. I also want to make sure we're not about to just chop right here. And start consolidating. Like, big drop down, a little bit of recovery, and then just bullshit. I hope we don't do that. Are you still holding that short, Dame? I hope it works out for you. Am I on X? I don't really post on it. Honestly, I'm kind of not really on X that much because I just noticed it's just a bunch of people who just kind of like, it's just a bunch of traders who just kind of hate on each other. And it's just a bunch of people posting profits and then like talking about how cool they are. And then they hate on the other people who do the same thing that they're doing. So I don't really use it. I feel like the X trading community is kind of like toxic. I'm watching this area. But no, I mean, I have an account. If you want to go follow me, it's Thrax Trades. Although you're probably not going to see me post a lot on there. I would do most of my posting on Instagram and YouTube. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure eventually, like, if I continue to post content and stuff, you know, there's gonna be people who, like, I don't know. I mean, dude, I don't do anything realistically that should piss anybody off. I mean, I literally just trade, I live stream, I don't lie about anything, I show how much money I spend on prop firms. You know, I have a bad month, right? I just had a bad month in May. I literally make an entire video about how bad it was, you know? You're gonna hate on me for, like, just telling the truth, you know what I mean? It's like, okay. So I don't really know what anyone would be able to hate on me about, but it'll probably happen anyways. But it's okay. You know, most traders, at the end of the day, most traders are miserable and they just hate on each other because most people don't actually make money trading. So then the way they make themselves feel better is they just hate on the next person. If you've ever noticed, you know, people who are doing well for themselves are people who you usually don't see them hating on other people, but unless you're just a hater. Unless you're just a hater, you just like to hate. I don't know. But yeah, majority of the time it's like, you know, we're in an industry where, you know, everyone likes to act like they make a lot of money or everyone's winning, but they're obviously not. I mean, Top Step is not a billion-dollar business because of winners, right? So, you know, if you ever talk to another trader, there's probably a pretty good chance that they kind of suck. Just if we're talking numbers wise. And then you see like two losing traders like hating on each other. It's like both of you guys are losing. What are you arguing about? Or then you'll see gurus hitting on another guru. One guy will be like, oh, you're selling a course, and then like the other guy's selling his Discord. It's like you guys are doing the same thing, but you're hating on each other. It's pretty funny, honestly. But yes, there are a lot of scammers in the trading industry. I'm sure you guys are obviously aware. There's people who literally don't pull payouts. They don't make any money. They're not transparent about anything. They just like basically take affiliate money. They run through a bunch of evals, and then they catch a big day, and then they'll post it and be like, look at me, join my Discord. You know what I mean? And then like they get people, they really don't know what they're doing, and they really don't know anything about trading realistically, and then they're selling people stuff. So obviously, like, yeah, those people deserve to get hated on because they're basically frauds, right? Or anybody who like paper trades, right, and then tries to show that off. Or like, you know, I'm sure when you guys go look at people's posts on social media platforms, for whatever reason, you know, they don't like to show what account it is, you know what I mean? So a lot of times people are just flexing like eval profits, especially if you see people who are doing like huge copy trading, where they're like, oh, made 27K today. I remember back 2 years ago when I was working this job and my life changed. Never give up. Like, all that bullshit. It's like, brother, you're trading evals. You know what I mean? Some of them don't. Some of them are actually, you know, we got some beasts. There's some... No, not Jaron. Jaron's a beast, dude. I think Jaron's a beast, to be completely honest. I don't think he... I mean, I don't know him that well, but I think he's a beast from what I see. There's plenty of great traders. Like, there are plenty of great traders. Oh, he makes money outside his live trading. Well, dude, I do that too. Like, I do that too. It's not intentional though. You know, it's like, dude, I don't know how many times I will literally end stream and then like, I'm like, all right, guys, market's not doing anything. We're pushing right now. There's nothing for me to trade right now. I'm gonna wait until we start. This is crazy if we're gonna V-shape this right now. But you know, sometimes the market won't be moving, and then I'm just like, all right, guys, I'm getting off. And then the moment I get off stream, we just start making a move. What am I gonna do? Start the stream again? Like, nah, I'm just gonna take a trade. Oh, damn, that sucks. Sorry, bro. Yeah, we're seeing buying pressure step in. We're pushing pretty hard. So as long as we, you know, if we get back up here, there's a pretty good chance we're actually going to continue up. And if we do, then I'm watching up here to 30,865. But we'll see if there's any opportunities. Although, you know, we're already up 60 points. We made like $400 with 3 micros. Volume is great right now. Price action's moving pretty clean. Very minimal chop. Potential opportunities are here. We just gotta wait for the right one. But yeah, moral of that story, or moral of that topic though, is that there's plenty of great traders out there. And then there's a bunch of frauds. And you know what, like, if you really just used your brain a little bit and like kind of just did a little bit of some critical thinking, it's not that difficult to figure out who's legit and who's not, especially if you've been trading for a while. If you're a beginner, it might be easy to get fooled. But, you know, if you've been doing this for a little while, it's pretty easy to tell. Because like I could do this, right? I could not live stream, or I can live stream every day and be like, oh, we don't see any setups or whatever, and then like you guys just see me sit around here and then like don't really take trades on fundeds, or maybe just trade evals, and then like in the background I'm just like trying to record a short where I catch a really big trade, I blow one funded, I blow two fundeds, I have a bunch of fundeds because I keep full porting evals, and then finally I catch a good trade on a funded account, I clip it, I post it on the internet, and then I go, check me out, check me out. So it's pretty easy to manipulate. Or I could spend $10,000 on fees and get $15,000 in payouts and be like, oh, 15K a month. No, it's not. You made $5,000. So just be careful. That's actually pretty crazy that we V-shaped this. Any tips on how to speak to a woman? I guess just don't be weird, bro. Just talk. Don't say anything creepy. Yeah. Did I live stream to prove I'm not a fraud? No. No. I just honestly, you know what live streaming helps me out with more than anything is like, in creating content in general, is just not being a degenerate. Because look, there's not a ton of people watching me, right? Like there's 30 people in Discord, there's 30 people on YouTube. Imagine I do some stupid shit, right? I'd look like an idiot. Like let's say I do take a dumb trade or a full pour or whatever, and it goes around. I would look like an idiot. And obviously my goal is not to look like an idiot. So kind of, regardless of whether you guys know it or not, you guys kind of hold me accountable to not be an idiot, because it's really easy to just be a degenerate behind closed doors. I'm sure you all know that. So when all my mistakes are broadcasted to 60 people, it makes me think twice about making a stupid decision, which helps. Although sometimes live streaming is distracting, because I'll be answering a question and then something's happening, like what was happening this morning, and I might miss it. But that's my fault. This indicator is showing this scammer levels. Nah, you're good, Mitchell. It's not your guys' fault. Cause I gotta be paying attention. What's the point of me live streaming? It's to live stream me trading, not to press, you know. Obviously, there's a lot of times where I'm just waiting, so I just like talk. And it's better if you guys, just so it's not like silent and boring. Because realistically, when I'm not streaming, I'm just sitting here playing Clash of Clans or like doom scrolling. I'm usually silent, obviously, because I'm not talking to myself. I think what I'm gonna do right now is, if we are going to V-shape back up, I can't trade the middle of this range. If we dip back down towards HVL and start curling back up, I could potentially take a long. But if we keep doing this straight shot up, I might wait until we get back above or back towards the open. Wait, Panama, are you talking about me when I blew 15K in funded accounts? Because I did do that. Not like 15K in fees, just 15K balance. Oh yeah, no, I did. I had like an $8 grand payout that was basically ready to pull out, and then I messed it up on the last day. That was at the very beginning of March. It was like 6 fundeds, dude. 6 or 7 fundeds or something. AR trades. What clusters are you talking about? You're just talking about footprint? I don't use NinjaTrader, so I don't know how their footprint is. Alpha. You're asking me if any of my trading models and risk management can pass you an eval in 2 months without breaching it. What do you want, a guarantee? You want me to guarantee you that you can? I mean, dude, I can't guarantee that you're not gonna blow an account. My trading models and my risk management is how I trade. Works for me. But most times. I mean, the main thing is whether or not you're actually going to just, if you have a system or a framework, if you're going to follow it. Most people just don't follow it. That's their issue. Like, let's just say, for example, we're sitting right here, right? Only gamblers took shorts today. What do you mean? What makes you say that? Aren't we all gamblers at the end of the day? Aren't we all gambling? Isn't that what this is? As much as everyone likes to try and dress it up in a different dress and be like, I'm not gambling, I'm trading. Okay, well, we're risking money for an unguaranteed outcome. What is that called? We're in a probabilistic environment, risking money for an unguaranteed outcome. What is that called? I think there's a word for it. Might start with a G. There's just a difference between gambling at a casino and trading, because obviously, like, you know what the odds are at a casino. And actually, if you're a bad trader or you just suck at this, you know, you're actually probably better off just going to the casino. You might have better odds. It is. Life's a gamble, right? Take a risk. Unguaranteed outcome. As that an argument could be made for that for sure. Yes, professional gambling. Okay, how about this, Panama? If you want to put 5K on black and hit me with a lawsuit that's not going to hold up in court, I'll take it. And then if it does work out, I need 50% of your winnings. And I need you to live stream it. You don't consider it gambling because you can't go to the casino and not see setup and take no trade? Actually, you can. To a certain extent. You can play poker. As long as you're not small blind or big blind, you can take a look at your cards, see if you want to play them or not, and you can either fold them or call. Poker is probably one of the most, is probably, in terms of casino games, the most similar to trading. But it's not the same thing. They're all pretty similar though. Poker, sports betting. Although I think trading's the best one. Dude, I know, we're just kind of like every drop that we've had has just been bought right back up. Even this one. When we did this one, I was thinking like, oh, you know, finally we're getting away from all-time high. This is a big drop. Almost 400 points. But nope. Just running right back. Look at this one. Almost 600 points. Nope. Just running right back. So like at this point, you know, when we're doing this, it's kind of just a good idea to treat pullbacks as just like potential buying opportunities. Yeah, that's true. Counting cards. Because it does have to do a lot with risk management. Dude, I used to before I used to trade, I used to gamble all the time. I actually don't gamble at all anymore. Well, alright, hold on. Yeah, I do. It's called, I trade the NASDAQ. I trade NASDAQ, I trade gold. But ever since I started trading, I stopped going to the casino. My biggest win? What, at the casino? My biggest win at the casino is walking away with free drinks. That's it. I usually lose all my money. Unless I'm playing poker. Like, dude, there was one time, I don't know if you guys ever go to the casino, right? But I'm just so you guys know what I'm doing. I'm waiting here right now to see if we're gonna get back above like 760 area, and I'm gonna be watching to see what happens. But there was one time at the casino where I like to play crapless bubble craps. You know, you basically just take 100, you put it across all the numbers, and you just keep pressing your bet and like hitting the thing for crapless bubble craps. Dude, there's been multiple times I've taken $100 or $200 and ran it up to like, you know, $2 grand, $4 grand, and I just don't stop. I just don't stop, dude. I just think like tonight's the night. Tonight's the night. And usually alcohol is involved, right? Because I'm not going to the casino sober. At least, I mean, it's probably a good idea to go to the casino sober if you're actually trying to make money. You know, but usually there's not really a scenario where I'm at the casino gambling hard-earned cash and I'm in a sober, you know what I mean? So I usually just lose everything. Do I drive home after I'm 5K down and 10 drinks in? Yeah. And I drive really fast. 100 miles an hour. Through the through the desert. I know. Man, the main opportunity of this morning was definitely shorts, but I mean, Longs too, but they just weren't really in location for me. They were. Technically, they kind of were. But I wanted deeper. I wanted it to be deeper. Although, looking back, this was probably deep enough after taking these lows. I just wasn't really convinced yet. Especially because we were below HVL. I needed to see us get back above it. And now we're kind of just like going up a little bit. I would like us to just like kind of continue higher, but there's not really... The most ideal scenario at this point would be for us to actually drop down. Sellers get absorbed and we start pushing back up and then go long. That would be the most ideal scenario. But I'm waiting to see it. What state am I from? I'm from California. I'm not based in Vegas, but Vegas is not very far from me. It's about a 3-hour drive with no traffic. But I wouldn't, when I used to gamble all the time, I would go to Indian reservations. Vegas is just like a ripoff, honestly. And they're losing a ton of money. I started recently seeing ads about going to Las Vegas. Never seen those before. So they must be struggling if they need to do marketing. Because everyone knows what Las Vegas is. Even people that are not from America, they've heard of Las Vegas, right? I mean, yeah, SoCal. Panama, I have no idea what you're talking about. Dude, look at these. Look at the hourly. Two-year trespass from Jerry's Nugget. I actually can't go to 2 casinos in Vegas. I can't go to I forget what it's called, the Golden Coast one, the white building. And I can't go to Resorts World. Because my friend is an idiot. And everything was under my name, so yeah. But it's okay because those casinos suck anyways. I usually go stay at like the Cosmo. Yeah, the ATR at 91 on what? Is my ATR messed up? It says it's 50. I mean, I'm sure it's probably closer to 91 with these candles. Have I ever thought about using hourly POCs at rejection wicks as reversal points when price returns to them? Why, yes, I have, sir. These are hourly candles in RTH profiles. Yes, I have. South Point Casino. Oh, wait, hold on. We might be dropping down where I want to take a long. If we push down back towards HVL, or even just anywhere in this area, preferably below this area. Oh, great. I hope it continues down. No, not South Point Casino. It's called Gold Coast Hotel and Casino. That one. Yeah. I'm sure. Honestly, I think I could. It's been years. I'm sure they probably forgot about it. But they did take my picture and take a picture of my ID and told me that I'm no longer welcome at their establishment. So maybe they have like a file of it. But I think I should probably be good. Okay, well, I was looking for us to basically do this, but deeper. And then I was going to try and go long. I don't want to do it. I don't want to take that up here. So, kind of like, yeah, at least past, I was looking for that to happen, or at least a wick past this. A little deeper. But, also the call wall for, hold on. Let me see. Am I tripping? Oh no, it just moved back up there. Yeah. I don't know, we might not take another trade. I was waiting. I need to get this balance above like 2 grand to take a payout at literally the bare minimum. Oh, the trespass expires after 2 years? Okay, fire. Yeah, my friend made a scene at that casino. And the same friend made a scene at Resorts World. And honestly, like, I told the manager at Resorts World it's this whole story, dude, but basically I ended up charging them back a few $1,000s. I did a chargeback. Dude, but I told the manager, I'm like, don't let them fucking, this is my card, this is my ID, this is my reservation, don't let this guy fucking, oh no, don't worry. The only person who can ever do anything is you because this is your reservation. Okay, great. And then I wake up to like a $3,000 charge. Yeah, right, dude. Charge back. Thank you, Amex. Charge it back. Allegedly? Nah, dude, I told them. That happened a long time ago, though. We're fine. Because it wasn't me. It legitimately wasn't me. I didn't make that purchase. Yeah, they do have the best support, honestly. But make sure that, make sure you don't spend too much money and you can't pay them back because Amex will sue you. They're not like other creditors. Other creditors will let you, like, settle. Amex won't. They'll be on your ass. They'll take your ass to court. Yeah, they don't. No, they're not one of those ones. I'm still seeing if we're gonna get that pullback for a potential opportunity to go long. but it might not happen anytime soon. Might have to wait for the hourly to close. Which at that point I would just be done trading. And I'm not trying to... I don't want to force anything right now that's kind of like subpar, because I need to build the balance on this so that I can take 2 payouts this week, even if it's small, because I need the money to start buying more. Like, I need to use the profits of it to start buying more evals for the month, which is really important, because right now my money in, money out with prop firms for June is 0 and 0. So the goal is to start off in the green. Or should we trade? Should we slam 4 minis on this account? Get a max payout. I might buy more of these accounts, but I don't think I'm gonna do it on this platform. They're pretty good though. First payout on a 50K is 3 grand. Second payout's 4 grand. Third payout's 5 grand. So it actually makes sense to build a balance in it. Okay, are we gonna get it now? In the meantime, where are we at? Where's everyone at? Yeah, it is pretty slow right now. This may be the sign for us to just potentially call it a day. $378 on 2 micros on the initial short. 378 ticks. Nice. One more day and you pass the 25K. Very nice. Don't mess it up. $934. $566. Yeah, it did go pretty fast. I almost missed it too. My trade looked like this. Okay, if it comes down, I'm potentially watching this area. If it doesn't get down there, then we'll just stop. We're getting pretty close to the hourly open though, which is what I'm going to pay attention to. Did your runner get stopped out or hit TP? On what? Oh no, I got out of it the moment we... Man, this thing's just gonna... I wanted it to go lower. I got out at London lows for like 60 points. I wanted it to go a little lower. How many contracts do I trade? I mean, it depends on how big the ATR is. Anywhere from 3 to 10 micros. Depending on volatility. Today I took a 3 micro trade because it required me to have like a 60-point stop loss. If I have if I have a better entry and like I can have a tighter stop, I'll use more size. I don't know. I think I might just stop. I feel like we're starting to potentially enter into some conditions that I might not want to trade. Like I think we may continue higher, but volume is like kind of, it's still okay, but it is kind of tapering off a little bit, and we're getting closer to lunchtime. And also technically we're basically at my cutoff for when I usually stop trading. Let's see if there's going to be a buzzer beater. Well, it looks like the Discord has no red unless somebody is just embarrassed, but if not, good. We're all either green or break even. In the YouTube, there may be one red, but it's alright. Half green, half break even. Oh, Alright. Gurpreet. Not bad. If it wasn't for the short I caught in the beginning, I may have not taken a trade yet. Do I use range-based chart in my footprint chart? Nope. I use a 5-minute, I use a 15, and I use an hourly. Nothing wrong with using range-based charts, I just don't use them. Alright. Is this... We're just kind of getting close to the open of an hourly candle. I might need to wait. The only thing I don't like about this idea, though, is that the hourly is kind of closing like this. Alright, let's see what it does. This will just, I'll make a decision pretty fast whether or not I'm gonna continue to trade or not. Where is this sitting? Right here? This is the POC of the hourly, previous hourly. So if we're gonna go higher, I would like us to get above it. The entry should have been deeper, just I think I might have ended up avoiding a dumb loss. This might actually go down further if we don't get above here. You know what? Hold on. Timeout. What the hell am I doing, dude? What am I doing? We gotta take a step back for a second. This is bullshit. Why am I considering trading this? We're past my cutoff time. Alright, I'm gonna save myself. I don't know what I was thinking for a second. I just got into a trance from the market. I was thinking about trying to go long. I don't think it's a good idea to trade anymore. So, I'm just gonna end it, actually. This may go up, may go down, may go sideways. I don't care anymore. I was looking for longs down here, but we're, for one, past the time I usually stop trading, and then we've really slowed down in terms of movement, and we're already up 60 points. Volume is tapering off, and it just probably is not a good idea to continue. So I'm gonna end the stream. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. If you're gonna continue trade, just be careful. All right. Well, peace. And I swear, I'm actually gonna not trade. I'm not just like getting off stream. I'm gonna go trade right now. I'm gonna lock out of my account. Look. We'll take our $454 on the day. So we're up $454 on this account. We're up $270 on the other funded account. I'll just come back tomorrow. We got to build this account up to over a $2,000 balance at the very minimum. Hopefully a little bit more than that. Yeah, 1,000. There's always tomorrow. I'm sitting here like trying to make something happen in this area, and it may work out, but it's just not the best. It's not a good idea. Alright, well, this afternoon or tonight, yep. Alright, I'll catch you guys later.